All right, there we are. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with Ricardo.
Thank you.
And we're kind of having a little celebration tonight.
Yes.
Him and his wife just brought a brand new baby girl into the world. Elena Marie.
Yep.
Beautiful baby girl. And so, to Elena Marie.
Thank
you,
brother.
Ricardo, and your
you.
wife and your whole family. And
Thank you.
salute to all of you. Ricardo brought some real nice whiskey. Don't usually do the brown stuff. But it's pretty good. Pretty tasty.
Neither do I, but today's a special day, so.
So the other thing that we're going to announce tonight, and I'm just going to go ahead and get straight to it. You can also welcome Mr. Ricardo Torres to the show as the new co-host with me. He's been on a number of times, and we've become good friends, and I think that he's going to bring a great element to the show. So I'm really excited about it. I think he is too, and hopefully everybody out there is excited about it too, and you've enjoyed our podcast together, and we're just going to keep going with the thing. We're just going to keep pushing on and see where it goes and what it does, and I'm really happy to have Ricardo on.
Thank you, Mike. I mean, it feels great.
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird. It's a good thing though, you know. I mean, I'm very excited about it, and I knew from the moment that you came in here, the first time I got you on a mic, because you were kind of hesitant about it at first. You were kind of standoffish, like you. When I first asked you, you were kind of like. When you first started telling me your story and stuff, and I was like, you got to come on, you know, and I mean, you just fit right in as soon as you got on the mic, and it was cool to see.
And it was funny because I think that night I was at the liquor store and you stopped by at like 10:45, and I was like, hey, I get off at 11, and you were like,
come on. Yeah. That's what's fun about doing this is it's not based on anybody's time frame or anything. I mean, and I think we're going to try and do something where we're a little more structured. Yeah, and you know where we're if we record it like ahead of time, I don't know. I like the live streaming thing, but a lot of times it's tough to do on a certain time frame. Yeah, for sure. When you have problems with all this stuff, and when you're an idiot like me, you know, it's like I'm fumbling around and pushing buttons and looking like a goon. But anyway, so Ricardo's family just had a beautiful baby girl, so we are. Very happy for him and his wife, and it's awesome. And it's good to have him back in the studio. We had, I should say, I had a couple of podcasts, and the last ones that were kind of off kilter. So we're going to try and keep this one a little bit more lighthearted. I don't necessarily know where we're going with it, but I think we did we leave off with the story about you? At some point in time, I think we did. Didn't we cut off? Where did we cut off?
Oh my gosh, I think that I was probably in Maryland.
Okay, yeah, I think so. And just had got out of the hospital. Yeah, I think that's where we left off as well. So why don't we continue with that?
Sounds good. I mean,
just to go on with your story because it is an incredible story, and I think everybody will be happy to hear the whole thing up until this point. I mean, I know I will be.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's an amazing story. You know, it's just like, I mean it's wild.
I mean, when I was in Maryland, I was still in rehab for about a year and a half, going to rehab every day, and just because every time I woke up, my memory would be blank. It'd be gone.
How do you even start your day?
I just used to wake up 40 minutes before my wife and read everything that I wanted to read. What the names of my dogs were, what my child's name was, what my wife's name was.
So you could still read?
Yeah.
You just couldn't remember?
No.
That's so weird. The brain chemistry is so weird.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you didn't, at that time, did you still have Spanish in your...
No.
Okay, but yet you still have the accent.
Yes.
And that is actually, I mean, that's wild.
I mean,
it's crazy to think about because you lost the language, but then you still have the accent.
Yeah.
And then you don't remember, you know, your wife or your child, or your job or
nothing,
or your address or where you work.
No.
Nothing. How to make coffee?
Nope.
What's coffee?
I didn't even remember.
Bacon and eggs?
Nope.
Nothing.
I know.
Oh my God. I just can't even imagine.
Yeah. It's mind blowing. It's like.
Well, it is really. Yeah. And your mind was blown.
Yep.
But it's crazy what you kept. The fact that the fact that you keep the accent.
Yeah.
Right. But you can't speak the language.
Now I learned how to speak Spanish.
Sure.
Again. Yeah.
And I'm sure it came back to you in time. Is that kind of how it worked with you? That it just took time and it finally, like, things started to cognitively come back together. But that's got to be crazy I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, you come out of something like that and you can't speak the language that you grew up speaking.
Yeah.
Or the first language that you learned.
Yeah.
But yeah, you still have the accent, but
yeah, the language is gone. It's like.
That's just, I mean, what in the... I don't even get that, man. I mean, that's just crazy. It's wild. It really makes you wonder about what's going on up there in this little circuit board.
And let me say, having to wake up before my wife every day and review all of her life up until the point where I had the brain injury, and it's like, oh my gosh. And then if I decide to take a nap in the middle of the day,
same thing. It'd all
be gone.
So sleep basically brought on.
Yeah.
Sleep brought it on. Okay. I mean, that's just, and that leads you to wonder about, I mean, I've done a little bit of research on dreams.
Yeah.
And what dreams are and why we have them. But other animals have them too. Like, that's one thing that we do share in common, like a dog.
Yeah.
Like, you see a dog on the ground and a dog sitting there and he's running in place. So he's having dreams. And they say they don't have the same consciousness as us, but they're having dreams.
But let me say that the brain, before I used to dream a lot, and ever since the brain injury, I just don't dream.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just
gone.
Black, you're out, and then you wake up.
The only time I've ever dreamt something is like when my wife was pregnant with Javi, and I was like, it's a boy and we should name him Javier. And she was like, how do you know? And I was like, I don't know, I just do.
And you were right on the money.
Yeah.
See, that's what's crazy is, and a lot of times I wonder, I wonder if, like, when we're asleep, if that's really when we're alive.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't get it. I've tried to, research it and listen to what different, doctors and people say about what dreams really are. And personally, I had dreams when I was in high school, right? I was a baseball player. I had never done drugs, never touched them.
Okay.
Never had any intention of touching them. Never even really seen them. The only thing I wanted to do was get out of this town and go play baseball in college.
Yeah.
And I would have dreams in high school about large amounts of drugs. And I never, like, cocaine and marijuana and stuff. I mean, I'd never seen it. I didn't know what it was. And then one day, all of a sudden I'm involved in the underworld and I've got these, and I'm like, it's deja vu. Where does that come from? I mean, when a person has never seen anything like that, and then all of a sudden, I didn't know what it was. I mean, I had no clue. It's bizarre. It's really weird what goes on. I mean, it's like, are we a computer chip? Or are we a simulation? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we're never going to know. And maybe we'll find out when we leave this planet, I guess, when we are in the ground. I don't know.
I don't know, but it's
just weird how, like with your situation, just these weird little anomalies that, I mean,
and I swear, when my wife was pregnant with Javier, I was like, it's going to be a boy and it's going to be Javi. And she's like, how do you know? I was like, I just do.
And that's what it was. Yeah. That's wild. That's crazy, man. I mean, and that's the only time you've really
that's the only time I've ever dreamt since I had the brain injury.
See, now what's up? There's a connection there.
Yeah.
There's a connection there. Big time. I mean, we run on electricity.
Yeah, but
so it's like, it's just, I mean, that's it. It's just one of those things you're just like, what?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. And I remember in high school, I had a teacher that he was one of my favorite teachers, Mike Riley. And we used to stay after class and talk with him, and we'd listen to George Carlin tapes, which we weren't probably supposed to be listening to because he's so vulgar and everything, whatever.
Yeah.
But he turned us on to George Carlin, and we'd always call it just jamming with Mike, And he told us one night, he's like, he goes, you guys need to do a book of dreams. And we're like, huh? And he goes, set your alarm clock for 1 minute earlier every day progressively this week. He goes, it's going to snap you out right in the middle of that dream cycle. He goes, and you don't get out of bed. You put a notebook right there and you write everything down from your dream before you even move.
Wow.
We just got cut off. It's not coming back.
Oh, yeah. The light turned red, so.
Well, yeah. All right, we're going to cut it off.